A 46-year-old girl sought excitement by calling the police falsely, inducing the police to drive in the opposite direction at high speed, resulting in the death of the police officer. When the partner learned that the police officer had died, he was emotionally devastated on the spot. When the team found the hijacked vehicle, the woman took the initiative to get out of the vehicle and put on her glasses.
What is he? Is he in the car?
No, he went that way!
I didn't see him exit, man. And I was right behind him.
What will be the ending for one woman? The incident happened on March 2, 2022. In order to seek the thrill of pursuit, a woman made a false alarm call to the New Mexico police, claiming that her ex-boyfriend had put a knife to her neck, but she stole his car and held him hostage. However, when several police officers arrived at the scene, the woman directly welded the accelerator and staged a real-life version of Fast and Furious with the police.
We're going back eastbound on St. Mike's, passing Pacheco. We're being in and out of traffic.
Although several police cars were deployed ahead to intercept her, the woman had predicted the police's predictions in advance, kept turning left and right, and survived in the gaps many times. It can be seen that the woman's driving skills are not very good.
Speeds are at 87. Light traffic at the moment.
However, when the police officers chased to the interstate highway, the woman used the same trick regardless of the danger and drove directly into the opposite lane. Several police cars had to take the risk to follow her, which also laid the groundwork for the police officers' sacrifice. Although the target vehicle actively pulled over to provide a green channel for the police, the risk factor still exists. The handling performance of a car can be reflected at this time. For example, the Tesla I bought from Gwazi Used Cars is very smooth to drive and only cost 99,000 yuan. Gwazi has official inspections for each car and provides free insurance claim records, so the car condition is clear at a glance. Electric cars also have battery repurchase guarantees. When buying a used car, Gwazi is guaranteed. The woman was traveling at over 90 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour is equivalent to 145 kilometers per hour, and it was driving in the opposite direction on the highway. It can be seen how crazy this woman's behavior was. Just after the police chased for 20 kilometers, a tragedy happened. At that time, the police car in the front row was very close to the woman's vehicle, blocking the woman's vision. She turned the steering wheel sharply and fled before the target vehicle came. Fortunately, the police car in the front row reacted in time and dodged to the right, escaping the accident. However, the police cars behind did not react at all, resulting in a chain accident. The moment a car accident occurs, the car's emergency system is immediately activated.
To call 911. You can do this to cancel the call. Please hold the phone button.
At this time, the two police officers who were intercepting in the opposite lane had caught up with the woman, so they immediately took out the truth and warned the robbers in the car.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car right now!
Since the woman's vehicle had run out of fuel, she had no choice but to get out of the vehicle. Now let's see how the woman performed in front of the police.
Let me see your hands. Come back. Where is he?
He went that way!
What is he? Is he in the car?
No, he went that way!
Come here. Get down. Get down. Let me check you. Get in the car.
Okay.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
She had just killed a police officer, but she could act more like a victim than the real victim. It can be seen that the woman's psychological quality is extremely strong. The police officer then asked the woman for information about the robbers, but the woman said directly that the robbers had already escaped and wanted to kill them.
Yes, he does.
What does he have?
He has a gun.
Where is he at?
He went running.
He ran?
Yes, he did.
Where he ran off or what?
Yes, he did.
Are you sure he's not in the vehicle?
I'm sure, sir. Oh, he was gonna burn me. He was gonna...
However, when the police reported to the dispatch center that the robbers had escaped, the first police officer who arrived at the scene denied it.
I didn't see him exit, man. And I was right behind him.
Because the woman's acting was so realistic, the police officers unanimously believed that the woman had mistakenly reported the robber's information because she was too frightened, so they believed that the robber was still hiding in the car. Because the woman learned that the robber had a deadly weapon, the police officers at the scene could only wait for the support of the special police, so two police officers from the same department as the deceased police officer immediately drove to the scene of the accident. When the police arrived at the scene, the tragic scene in front of them caused a chill in their hearts, but they still quickened their pace with a glimmer of hope, hoping for a miracle to happen. Unfortunately, they did not get the miracle they wanted from the rescuers. After learning that their partner, who had been with them for many years, had died, one police officer broke down on the spot and had a severe headache.
Pass out. Some water, bro?
After briefly calming down the situation, the police officer took heavy steps to see his teammate for the last time. At this time, the police officer on the other side was still trying to persuade the robber in the car.
Might be hurt. 90 minutes, what's your shit?
stopped you. You might be overwhelmed. That being said, let us know you're in there.
At this point, the more the police officers on the scene tried to persuade him, the more they felt something was wrong. Most robbers would either shoot or raise their hands and surrender. But this guy hid in the car for a full half hour without saying a word. It was precisely because of such abnormal behavior that the seeds of suspicion began to sprout in the minds of the police officers.
She ran out real fast? She like rolled out from what I saw. But she came out the other side. What side? Driver's side. But she said she wasn't driving.
The SWAT team has arrived at the scene. They don't waste any time talking and directly use flash bombs to clear the way.
I can't.
Then, the armored vehicle quickly approached the suspect's vehicle, broke the rear window, and threw another flash bomb into the car. At this time, the assault team has appeared and the arrest operation has officially begun.
Cover one other. Cover. I got you.
Negative in back seat.
Nothing in back. You guys see anything on the front? Move to the front. Move up.
However, when the SWAT team broke all the car windows, they did not find any of the robbers.
Nothing go front.
The commander asked the special police to evacuate and ordered the sniper to use an 8x scope to conduct a survey, but still found nothing.
Hey, stand by. Is that him?
Faced with such a suspicious case, the SWAT commander decided to take action himself and conducted a detailed examination of the grass next to the robber's vehicle. He found that there were no signs of human trampling in the grass next to the vehicle. However, out of caution, the commander launched a drone for reconnaissance, but still found nothing. The SWAT commander at the time had probably guessed that the woman was making a false alarm, so he immediately retrieved the surveillance footage of the woman getting on the bus. It turned out that the woman had been alone the entire time and had not been robbed. The commander who authorized the rescue mission, after learning the truth.
It's a good pursuit. It's okay to continue. It's okay. It's a good pursuit. Done.
We don't know if the subject to the vehicle.
Alright, buddy.
In December 2024, 46-year-old suspect Janaja Romero was charged with first-degree murder, but he refused to.
We find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree.
I'd like to say I'm sorry to the family with all my heart. If I could take back that day, I would. Putting me away many years is not going to bring them back. But I would never, ever plan on hurting anybody.
In response to Jaramillo's statement, the wife of the police officer in training refuted it and asked the judge to give the suspect the highest sentence.
Plenty of times he considered leaving and pursuing a different career, but he always went back because of the days he was able to help someone, to save someone, like he was trying to do for Janine Jaramillo. I do not want any other families to be devastated by Ms. Jaramillo's selfish and reckless behavior. For that reason, I would ask you to consider the maximum sentence in this case, not out of place or anger and hate.
In the end, Jaramillo was sentenced to life imprisonment and 64 years in prison. What do you think about this case? Finally, I would like to say that when buying a used car, Guazi is guaranteed.